Hey, are you hungry?
Yeah, I am.
Wanted Freddy's?
The place with the cool animatronics?
Yeah. I hear they come out with a new movie for it. Let's talk about it. Hey there, I'm Kame the Turtle, and you are watching a Furry Film review, where we review movies that feature animals in the main cast. And joining me today is Rook the Crow.
Hi.
So earlier today, we went out and saw the Five Nights at Freddy's movie from Universal Pictures and Blumhouse.
Yeah, it was really great, and it was directed by the same guy who made the FNAF games, Scott Cawthorne.
That's an interesting piece of information to know.
Yeah.
Alright, for those of you who are not familiar, Five Nights at Freddy's is, in fact, a video game series who has a bunch of lore behind it. But I'm just a casual fan at best, who only vaguely knows what's happening. Rook here is a bit more of a fanatic.
Yeah, even got some merch for it too.
Of course, that character's not appearing in this movie we're talking about, so don't worry about it. Alright, so the movie's pretty much based on the first and maybe second game.
No, it's primarily the first game. Second game is technically Five Nights at Freddy's sister location, which involves a whole another group of animatronics.
Alright, so let's dive right into this. After a brief synopsis of this movie, we're going to give you our review on it, and tell you if you really think the movie is brilliant or deserves to get slapped by a fish. The main character, Michael, is more or less down on your luck type guy. Take care of his kid sister. He just lost another job. So he goes to a career counselor to ask for some help. And the only job he has to offer him is a security guard at an old pizzeria called Freddy's. Think like Chuck E. Cheese for an idea of what you look at.
Yeah, but much better looking animatronics.
I know, for the time, they were pretty good.
Yeah.
Anywho, not the point. Michael agrees to take the job, and through various circumstances, he ends up having to bring his sister there.
Yeah, Abby, who starts to have interactions with the animatronics the first night she has to stay there and with him.
And this is the first night the main character sees the animatronics moving by themselves, and not as a pre-programmed routine. Through various circumstances, he meets a police officer named Vanessa. Now that name might be familiar to some of you, especially if you pay attention to the FNAF games.
Like security breach.
But we're not sure if it's the same Vanessa or not.
The way they changed the lore for her, I don't believe so.
The main character learns that there was a group of kids who went missing while at Freddy's, and he finds out the secret behind this, and who is behind it.
It's the original owner of Freddy's Pizzeria, William Afton, also known to people in the fandom as Purple Guy.
So they end up confronting William, and turns out he's a twist character from the movie. Now, I don't want to give too much away, because this movie did come out just this Halloween of 2023, but kind of have to give away some details.
Just a little.
They revealed to the animatronics who William Afton is, and they help take care of him. Now for the actual review bit. We're basing this on characters, story, and visuals. Let's start with characters.
Well, personally, I love the animatronics themselves. They did such an amazing job making these guys. They look so much like the actual game characters, just more lifelike. I was so shocked at how good these guys were. The trailers did not do them justice. What about you? Who was one of your favorite characters?
I'm going to go with the main character himself, Michael. He was a complex character who was driven for a purpose. I won't give away what the purpose was in the movie, because spoilers! I found that he had the best character growth. Then again, it was the only character who had actually any growth.
Sure.
Now let's go with story. How would you think this stacked up to the games?
It backed up really well. The only thing people who our fans would be a little upset about is some of the ways they changed the actual characters. But I won't say what they are, or to spoil anything.
I personally liked the story, where it was more or less a story of a brother and sister who were distant from one another, who actually learned to come together.
Yeah.
Now for visuals.
Now, this I can really get into. If you look in the movie, you'll see a bunch of pictures that are drawn by children. If you compare a lot of them to the pictures you see in the actual games, you'll be able to match a ton of them. And so I felt that was really cool that they honored some of that. And they didn't just try to make these look like cheap Chucky knockoffs, the animatronics. They did so much good work actually matching them to the characters themselves. They even remembered the dum that Foxy did before his jump scare, which I thought was a nice little touch.
I personally dug the visuals. There were so many games from my childhood in the arcade.
Yeah, true.
The costumes were top notch. And if rumors to be believed, the animatronics were done by puppeteering. Kind of like the Muppets, which is really skilled.
Yeah, especially Foxy. He was all felt and metal at this point.
So let's review them. How would you rate it on the characters? Brilliant or deserves to get slapped by a fish?
Definitely brilliant. The only thing I think deserves a slap is them changing some of the lore for the human characters.
I would agree with that. How about story?
The story's definitely good and has a little twist to the Five Nights at Freddy's that you don't see in the games. I definitely appreciate it. It was a very nice touch, and you got to see some animatronics in it that, well, let's just say you don't see them in the actual game itself.
Or they're not well known at least.
True.
I personally dug into the story, so I'm going to say the story was brilliant. Now visuals. How would you rate the visuals?
Visuals, definitely a 10 out of 10. Like I said earlier, the pictures that they have in there, that the kids drawn, the animatronics, the games that Kame mentioned, even the prize counter where they had all these cool different prizes and whatnot, are really, really amazing.
And I really loved the whole setup, specifically of the franchise itself. It felt like run down, but also just frozen in time. So, I really liked it. The costumes were top notch, and the effects, wowzer. So overall, I would say this movie was brilliant.
The only other thing I'm upset about is Puppet's missing, who was in the original game.
What do you think? Do you think this movie's brilliant? Would you go see it? Let us know in the comments. And if you have a different movie you would like us to review, let us know as well with #FilmReview. With that being said, if you want to watch another film review, you can check out my last film review, linked in the card above and comments below. Or you can check out a video somewhere right on me, because racing. And if you haven't already, make sure you like and subscribe. We'll chat to you all next time.
Johnny!
Johnny!